What's up, believers? I'm Shyla, and welcome to Shyla, the Teenage Believer. So before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications down below. So y'all, in today's video, I will be answering more questions for teenage Christians or future teenage Christians. I don't know. If you're not a believer, well, this video is also for you. If anything, I want to target you the most. So yeah, let's get into the video. So first question is, how do I know what God's will is? How do I know if I'm called to ministry? Well, because that's the thing. Most of the time when God wants us into a certain field, or he wants us in a certain place, it will all add up. It'll all make sense. You will feel a deep inner peace about it. Literally, everything will line up. Literally, with his plans, with his word. Especially, that one, it will line up with his word, literally. So yeah, personally, y'all, I feel like women should not be preachers. Women should not preach, but that's just what I was raised up on. So yeah, women don't preach. Now women can teach. We can do kids ministry. So yeah, we can do that type of ministry, but preaching is something completely different. Y'all, yesterday was my first teen takeover, and the guys did so great. Yeah, the boys, they got to a few of the boys, some of the boys got to preach, and it was just so fun and so great watching these young men preach. Oh my word, y'all. I wish I could have showed y'all. I wish y'all could have been there. Literally, those young men, they're pouring their hearts out. They were preaching. Yeah, and it's just so fun to just be around people who love the Lord like I do, and they did so great. So yeah, how do you know if you're being called to ministry? Everything will line up. God's timing is always perfect. It's always right. It's always just. He's always perfect. He's always right. He's always just. So it'll all make sense. What's wrong with rock, country, CCM, jazz, rap music? How can you tell what music is good and what is bad? Ooh, and I'm a teenager, so this is perfect, because I know a lot of us teenagers who want to listen to that Cardi B and that Megan Thee Stallion and that Lotto and that I don't know. Y'all listen to what? Well, how can you tell what music is good and what is bad? Based off the words, literally. And also, any song that is not, because I talked about this before. Any music that is not uplifting God and things of Christ is not good music, or it's not music that us as Christians should listen to. If it's talking about stealing somebody's man and fornicating and stuff, clearly, if you read your word, you know what the book says. So that's not good music that we should listen to, that we should fill our minds with, that we should let influence us in our daily lives. Because most of the people you probably listen to are probably non-believers. And also, there's a difference between saying, oh, I believe in God, and then saying, I am a Christian, or I am a Christian. Do they do the left hand or the right hand? But anyways, yeah, they probably say they believe in God, but are they really Christians? Probably not, because if they were Christian, they wouldn't be promoting the sex, the drugs, the lust, the desire to even have more lust, So yeah, you just know based off what the music says. And like I said, if it is not uplifting God and whatnot, because I listen to Christian rap and whatnot, so yeah, and they uplift God, So yeah, that's how you know. If it's not uplifting God, then it's probably not the best thing to listen to. What do you do if you have parents or siblings who are living the wrong way? How do you avoid wrong influences when you live with them? Ooh, y'all cannot talk today. So I'm guessing they mean so say you have a parent or a sibling who acts one way in church and then another way at home. I have that. Yeah, I have that. Well, try to get through to them. Try talking to them. Don't judge them. Do not judge. Do not judge. Do not judge. Don't judge. You be judged. Don't judge. You be judged. So yeah, just don't judge them. Try talking to them. Try having a open and honest conversation. Hey mom, I don't like what you're doing. I think you shouldn't act one way at church and this way at home, because being a Christian is a full-time thing. This isn't something you can only do for one like day a week. No, being a Christian is every single day. You're choosing to commit and obey God and follow him. So yeah, do not like judge them or anything. Just have an open conversation and tell them that what they're doing is not really right, you know? Yeah, it's not right. So yeah. How do you take a stand with your friends, or what do you do when you have a friend that is becoming rebellious? I can't even talk. Tell them open and honest. Friend, why are you feeling this way? Why are you feeling like you have to like be rebellious? Like, you stopped coming to church with me. You stopped doing this. You stopped reading your Bible. You stopped praying. Why? Why are you feeling this way? And then whatever that answer is, have a decent response to it. Like, literally, don't speak from your standpoint, because our strength is off of God. Literally, he is our strength. So say something from the Bible. Don't go too biblical on them, you know, because you want to have an open and whatnot conversation and keep it still like from you, but also let God come into that conversation. Literally, me and my friends are just so good about bringing God into our conversations. Even if we're talking about the most mundane, like, teenage thing, we bring God into it, you know? So yeah, bring God into it. Tell them, you know, like, hey friend, that ain't right. That ain't right. But also God, God, he wants you to have that thing that you want, but you just got to give him time. Or maybe the reason why he's not giving it to you yet is because maybe it's not what you need, you know? You never know. God, he's the first, the last, the alpha, the omega, and, you know, the beginning and the end. So he knows all that. I love saying that. Like, he's just literally. And one of the young men that was preaching at my church last night, that's like exactly what he said. He was like, and I was like, you go. Like, that is my, yeah, y'all. I've known this, like, young man since I was like 5 years old, and he was like 8. So yeah, like, he was really like woohoo, and it's just so fun like watching him preach and getting to see him preach now that we're like older, you know, and he's the pastor's son. So like, yeah, now that we're older, it's so dope to like get to watch that. Like, literally, it's like yesterday we were just like 2 little kids, and now he's a whole like grown man, literally 18, and he's up there preaching, you know, pouring his heart out for the Lord. And I love to see it. I love to hear it, or whatever, everything. So yeah, y'all. How do you separate from bad friends without hurting them or making them think you're stuck up? How can I be a witness to my friends and still be accepted? That's such a good question. My lips are like getting so dry. So let's answer the first thing. Don't ever make anyone feel like you're better than them. We're all sinners. We've all done bad things. Do not ever try to hold yourself to a higher standard. So yeah, you could be like, okay, well, I've never committed that sin, and that's pretty bad. We're all sinners either way. We were all sinners. I mean, not we were, crap. We've all been sinners since the day we were born. Let's be for real. Sorry, I can't talk today. So yeah, we've always been sinners. We're all sinners, literally. So don't ever like make someone feel bad about maybe a sin that they've done, because we've all sinned. Yeah, we've literally all sinned. Hold, y'all, my mom's coming into the kitchen. I gotta pause. So y'all, I'm back after like a few hours. I think the question was, hold on, I gotta like check to see. Oh yeah, how do you separate from bad friends without hurting them? Well, I already got past that second part of the question that says, like, without making them think you're stuck up. You know, don't ever make anyone feel like you're better than them. But yeah, tell them, like, either you, well, I don't want to say either you get back on the right track, because that's the thing. Us as Christians, it's not our job to worry about other people's salvations. I mean, it is, but it isn't, you know? Like, you can't force someone to be a Christian. You can't make them want to change. You can't make them. So, I'm going to be like, friend, I find not even friend, because this says how do you separate from bad friends. Literally, I'm gonna be like, okay, you're not being the best friend right now, you're not being a good friend right now. I feel like that because of this, that, and the third. Yeah, be slow to anger, y'all. Remember that. Be slow to anger. Don't be like, well, you make me feel this way, so I don't want to be your friend no more. Like, no. Be slow to anger. Chill. So yeah, just be like, I don't really agree with what you're doing. I think you're being a bad friend to me. And how to be a witness. Like, what is that second part? How can I be a witness to my friends and still be accepted? I don't get what that part means. But yeah, I don't really know, y'all. Just tell them. Open and honest conversation. And it seems like that's my answer for a lot of this video. But like, yeah, just tell them like, hey, you're not being a good friend right now, or in general. So I think I need to take some space away from this friendship to really evaluate, or whatever this is, because it's not feeling like a friendship anymore. It's feeling like you don't like me, or it's feeling like this, whatever. Okay, y'all, so this is a little deeper. What's dangerous or wrong with being physical before marriage? What's dangerous about it is, okay, sex, there's certain like chemicals that go through our brain when we have pleasure in things, and it keeps us attached to those things. So yeah, like, sex with a person will keep you attached to that person. Probably, like, if you're a teenager having sex, you're like, that's not your spouse sometimes. Let's be for real. God, he doesn't reveal to you your spouse at that age. So you're probably having sex with someone who is not even your lifelong partner or your soulmate, whatever. And you having sex with them is keeping you connected and tied to them for a long time. Literally. Just because of like the neurochemistry in our brain and the neurotransmitters in our brain that keeps us connected to things that we find pleasure in. So I think that's what's dangerous about it. The fact that we can literally be connected to a person for life. Literally. Just because our brain wants to have these little, transmissions, So yeah, and like, what's wrong with it is marriage is something that's sacred, and it should be sacred between husband and wife. So yeah, and like I said, 9 times out of 10, like, if you're a teenager and you're dating and you're having sex, that is not your lifelong partner most times. Yeah, so it can be very dangerous. And yeah, why is it so hard to be consistent in the Christian life as a teenager? Because as a teenager, your life gets kind of crazy because you're close to adulthood, but yet you're still a child. At least at my age, 'cause I'm 15 and I'm turning 16 soon. So yeah, close to adulthood-ish, 18, but yet I'm still a kid. And there's school, there's sports, there's this, there's that. There's like everything happening in your life right now. And I think that's why it's so hard to be consistent in the Christian life as a teenager. But here's how you can change that. Or here's how you can be consistent in the Christian teenage life. Go to church, get involved with the community, pray, read your word. Literally, if you can't read your word that day, pray. If you can't pray, go to church. If you can't go to church, read your word. Like, you can do something. God, he just wants us to like know him. Either way, no matter what way it is. So yeah, literally, just like look up and be like, God, so here's what's happening in my day today. Like, this happened, that happened. Talk to him like he's like your dad or your friend, So yeah, he loves us so much, y'all. So I feel like that's how like you can be consistent in the like Christian teenage life. And yeah, it can be very hard because we have so many things on our plate. But y'all, get involved. Literally, get involved with the church. Go to youth group. All that. This week I'm actually going to a Christian camp, and it's gonna be so fun. We're gonna do some sermons. Like, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be great, y'all, and I cannot wait. What's wrong with this generation? Well, this generation doesn't have enough of God. Literally, there's not enough Christians in the media. There's not enough Christians in life, I feel like. And I feel like this generation is so focused on themselves and not focused enough on God. You know, like, what does God feel about this? How would God feel about this? What does the Bible say about God? You know? Yeah. This generation does not have the fear of God at all, not even a little bit. Why does God allow trials and temptation to come into our lives? Good question. So, this might be the last question, y'all. I feel like, which I was talking about this earlier with my mom, like, if we didn't go through things, we would have no reason to have God. Y'all, of course, God would be in our life, and we would have God either way, good, bad, or ugly. But like I'm saying, when we are in hurting, that's when we talk to God the most. I feel like a lot of the times. So yeah, that's what I mean when I say what I said. Because whenever we're going through things, that's when we need to pray. Literally. I mean, we should always pray, but it's when we're going through things when we should, like, pray the most. When they think of him, they think of, like, oh, well, then why does he have so many rules and regulations? Why does he want us to have fun? Why does he give us trials and tribulations if he's so mighty? Like, they ask all these questions, but it's like, he gives us trials and tribulations because he knows we can handle it. What's that saying? God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. Literally. So we have to be a strong soldier, you know, in this instant. Should I consider going to a Christian college, and why? I mean, I consider going to a Christian college. I would. So yeah, y'all. I did film an outro. So here's the ending of the video, y'all. So yeah, going to a Christian college gives you an opportunity to meet a bunch of other Christians and whatnot, and yeah, just have fun as a 18-year-old, however old, I don't know, 21 something. But yeah, and also remember, stay blessed, and God loves you no matter what. He just does not love our sin. And also, I believe in God our Father,